Hello, hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. Tonight, our party has some fun, but before our party has that fun, announcements. Starting off with other shows on the channel. Tomorrow night, Saturday, the Tabletop Bros. Will Matt Chad Calf, Tabletop Broing it up in Solasta.
You may have missed a message.
I may have missed a message.
Yeah, Calf won't be there tomorrow.
Oh, Zoe usually tells us on Monday if that's the case.
Well, I don't think he knew because he messaged today.
Yeah, he got called into work late.
Yeah, it was about a work thing. So,
all
I
right.
don't think
Well, then
Video game guessing, maybe?
we can do that.
something we'll figure it out.
Hey Matt, is your mic not? Are you using the wrong mic or something?
Perhaps.
Okay, cool.
Matt that was streaming Bloodborne before this, so they may not have converted their setup fully. But then on Sunday, Cozy Co-op. Cozy Co-op, the lovely bit of relaxation that we have.
Testing.
There you go. Now
Yeah,
you're in the room with us.
I forgot I unplugged my snowball. I get nervous leaving it just plugged in constantly because I'm worried the little red light will just burn out.
That won't affect the mics, like.
No,
it'll
but
affect him if he knows it's on.
I don't want the red light to burn out. It's a part of the device. All parts must be kept working as long as possible.
I feel like that's so Darius of you.
That's very Darius core, Matthew. And then
I'm mildly insulted.
on Monday, speaking of mildly
character.
I know, but
mildly
Darius is
insulted.
a real stick in the mud. I'm the life of the party.
Aww, Darius is
Aw.
not a stick
Wait,
in the mud.
Darius.
You guys
Right,
didn't
4
understand.
sticks.
You guys didn't understand all this time. I hate my character.
Hashtag. Well, speaking of that, Monday night, Strength of Thousands AP.
Apologies for derailing.
Tuesday nights, the Sprout stream. Final Fantasy 14 raid night. Will and Sarah doing the most current raids.
I
Doing it
finished
together.
Heaven's Ward.
Oh, Well, 1.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. You still have a long way to go to finish Heaven's Ward, Matt. But this week, Sarah and I are going to be doing
Nice.
Dancing Green on stream. So if you want to see a disco bunny frog, it's great.
You know,
Maybe.
I love this. I love this boss so much, y'all. Speaking of things that I love, on Wednesday nights we have Wild Ambition.
Mm-hmm.
It's our PF2 Wild West adventure, occult offerings. They've just run into an old friend who likes to keep people in their basement, and now we'll get to see the party interact with them.
We sure will.
We sure will. Then on Thursday we're off, Muse, PFS. And then on Friday, the Astral Calling, the show you're watching right now, also coming up in April, I think next weekend, at McNally Robinson in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Pathfinder Society begins there at a bookstore, so come and play it in a bookstore. I'm allowed to GM it once a month, but I'm not allowed to GM McNally more than once a month, lest Emily come from behind suddenly and choke me in my chair.
Oh.
But tonight is the Astral Calling, and why are you here tonight? Well, I think it's because of the fantastic cast that we have. Starting off with someone who is very likely to be a friend to all, Rose, playing Luna tonight.
Hey, putting the PAL in Paladin since last year. How's it going?
Yeah, I guess it has been a year almost, hasn't it?
Yep.
Wow. Actually, it has to have been more than that for this.
It's
Like,
been longer than that. because we're more than 52 episodes in.
This is true.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's been
We're
longer
coming
than
up
a
on
year.
2.
And we
We're
weren't-
coming up on 2 years.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we're coming up on 2 years for this campaign. Oh wow.
Listen, time
I was like,
just
I
keeps getting my
remember
people made up.
McKenna sending me art, like potential art for Rash in like what, 2023?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What?
No,
Anyway,
I'm-
not to
I'm
give
s-
everybody existential crises.
Well, here's the thing. It's not even an existential crisis because like this is like we've all gotten to
Oh,
spend
no, I
like
just
2
mean the
years of our
passage of
lives doing this
time.
together. Isn't that great for us? Like
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me all warm and fuzzy inside. I feel so bad for what I'm going to do to y'all tonight. Anyway, continue
Oh,
on, Rose. I have a
well.
fun question for you.
The
Tonight's
fun.
I think it's very fun.
Okay.
Tonight's fun question is quite simple, actually. Rose, you have gained the ability to summon a familiar of your choice. What is Rosalie's familiar?
It's a rabbit. I'm sorry. That's not
Yeah.
creative, original, or like unexpected, but it's
Now, is that
it's a rabbit.
Rosalie's familiar or is that Luna's familiar?
Both can be true.
Yes.
Speak your truth. It's
Is Luna not just my familiar?
That's so fair.
But not too
What are our
familiar.
D&D characters if not our familiars?
Oh, that would be an
You know
interesting.
what? I might say no on that one.
You are the
I mean,
last
it-
person who can say no on that. Look at Vim. Of
That would
all
be-
of them, he looks the most like a familiar.
Yeah, but like the least I'd actually want is a familiar.
I feel like you don't get a choice in this. It's like Digimon. You just get them.
Hear me out. Persona game, where your personas are your old D&D characters.
Hmm.
I
Shut
would
up.
crush that game.
And instead of like, some like weird way of going to Persona, you have to like roll a d20. And that's like how you go like Persona, and then you roll a dice and then it flunk. That'd be
What if you
fun.
get a nat 1?
Yeah.
It's,
You know what? I don't think it'll be bad compared to how they summoned their personas in Persona 3.
yes, but I have never played that game, so I don't
On
know.
a nat 1, you become your very first
Yeah.
D&D character.
Oh boy.
McKenna becomes the sorcerer without any charisma.
I
miss
just
my
I just
first
immediately
D&D
die.
character.
All of a sudden, everybody's expecting me to sail a ship.
My
Nah,
He
first
had such a brutal death.
my first
Man.
D&D character died to a poisoned waffle.
You remember that, Rose? You
I
remember the
do.
Fly You Fools moment?
My very first D&D character was a tiefling bard, and because I was a tiefling and had fire resistance, I thought, oh, we're like level 1 or 2. I could like light myself on fire and like then melee this enemy. And I didn't understand that resistance was not immunity, so I killed myself with fire. Came
Oh,
back as a
no.
zombie though.
Rosalie playing a psycho from Borderlands.
Amazing.
Just a little bard.
Speaking of bards, someone who will one day play a bard, Matt, also known as Urbanov, also known as the Enlightened, also known as the Hunter.
I have played a bard ages ago in Pathfinder.
But not on the channel.
Not on the channel.
No.
And your tea ceremony bard doesn't really.
No, I'm talking about Lexi, Will. Remember in Age of Ashes?
No, I've repressed Lexi from my brain.
Yikes.
He is very mad because I completely negated
I'm not mad. I'm just like I spent hours preparing
Maze.
this encounter, and then Matt just anti-magic field the demi-lich so it couldn't move or do anything. I was like, oh, well,
Well, I guess that's the encounter now.
that's the encounter now.
And now I'm mazing Matt in our Monday night campaign, so
It happens.
I'm
It's-
paying it forward on your behalf.
It's
Will.
amazing.
It's wonder how these things work out.
But Matt, you're playing Darius tonight, right?
I am. I'm playing our lovely Forge Cleric, who does have, as a reminder, if this comes up at any point, Rune of Recall to the carriage, chambered and ready, but we all do have to be within 5 feet. So if we all need to do emergency transport,
And Matt, familiar choice. What is it?
I could go something cool or something clever. I just want a penguin. I just want a
Aw.
penguin, man.
Oh,
I
And you
wanna
guys
just-
live in a climate where that would actually be like a solid
Feasible.
choice.
half the year at least. But though I'm sure actually like probably hugging a penguin probably wouldn't be the best thing because I think they have like a sort of like oil on their feathers to make them more water resistant and speedy. So hugging them would probably be kind of messy, but
Worth it.
oh, I know.
Damn.
What a world.
What a world that we live in. Penguins.
And one of our political parties here in Canada is talking about bringing back war bonds.
Yep.
So, what is
Right.
happening?
For the war, probably.
Anyway,
But people who do not do bonds, Chad,
what's
I'm
that
not
mean?
playing Vim. I don't know. I just desperately wanted to transition.
Sometimes the only way to win is not to play well.
No, I have to
I'm
always
sure.
play. It's like a pun. If you throw it against the wall, something will stick.
I don't think
That's-
that's how
No.
puns work.
Actually,
That's not even the
No.
right use of that metaphor.
no, that's just so mixed and wrong. Yeah, I'm Shadow playing Vim, up there in Fey Wanderer Ranger. Not a familiar.
But if
Yeah.
the party was magical girls, it would be the mascot of the party.
I was gonna say,
Well, I mean,
bold of you
half
to
the-
assume you're not.
Half the party is magical girls at this point, basically.
I'm now imagining Rash's magical girl transformation.
Rash is a magical woman.
Exactly.
You're never too old to be a magical girl.
Rash is
Yeah.
the
She's the
Rash
Sailor
is
Mars of the group.
the crazy mentor. That's what she is. She's like the fuck. Why am I blanking on his name?
Nope,
But the
you're
guy,
you're still out there and doing it. Your transformation is just anger and cooking.
the guy with the glasses and the beard. No one come for me in the chat. The old guy in
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball Z.
Roshi?
That's the one, Master Roshi. She's Master
Mm.
Roshi.
And see, this is why I know that those days aren't behind you, because Roshi's a huge pervert.
That's true.
That's why we know
God
Ratchet
damn it,
aren't behind Rash. We know you just
Chad
have
doesn't even watch anime and he knows that.
Oh, I know.
Man.
I've
Cultural
watched
I
that.
osmosis.
honestly forgot about that tidbit with him. It's been so long since I've watched Dragon Ball Z. It's been a tsunami amount of years.
It was
Well, when you
actually
name your
a-
female characters after underwear, you know,
Oh.
you're off to a strong start.
I
Oh
have
my god,
watched it.
holy shit, you're right.
Well, to be fair, there's
Well, no,
also Doctor
it's not-
Briefs.
It's not.
I
female
just
characters, it's
picked
that
up I just
family.
picked up
It's
on
that
that.
family.
Yeah, because Trunks is also
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Doctor
At least
Briefs.
they're
yeah.
at least they're equal
no,
opportunity.
Just like all the
The
Saiyans,
Saiyans.
their Saiyan names
Oh.
are vegetables.
Speaking of magical girls, a magical
Like
girl
Kale.
who still has her head, unlike this lovely sticker Emily's made. It's McKenna playing Evie.
Shameless plug.
Listen, when
I
Emily
have my head for now, but how much longer?
When
Hi,
Emily was
everyone.
showing me
I'm
the
McKenna
sticker,
Ray Tynan.
I did not know the character because this is also the magical girl anime that McKenna introduced me to. I did not recognize her with her head.
Oh, the fucked up one.
That's so lame. She spends the majority of her runtime fully headed.
Anyway, McKenna.
Anyway, tonight I am playing Evie, also known as Experiment 3, version 13, our Plasmoid Artificer, and I'm McKenna Ray on the other socials if you are so inclined to take a peek.
Yeah.
And if I were to have any familiar, I would just have Pepper, but immortal. Immortal Pepper. That's my familiar.
Now the
If
monkey's
you consider
paw,
the implications.
the monkey's paw curls, you also get
Or
an
at
immortal
least, like-
Caccio.
That's a curse for Pepper. I'm gonna level with you. I love Caccio. She deserves to outlive him, I think. But he listen, chat, don't come for me. He's such a little pest to her. He does not stop bothering her when they are in the same room. It's very funny for me to watch, but I do feel a little bit bad for her. But right now she's being left alone and is curled up very cutely on the edge of my bed. And you're so cute. Little hoodie.
And speaking of people that we all love, we have Maya playing Rash.
Hey, what up, everybody? Maya playing your resident Goblin Granny Barbarian Rashruglos, and today on Maya's Mukbang, we've got Rash's Granny Juice, her Granny Hooch, if you will.
What's the mug that you're drinking
No,
out of?
not the
Rash?
gooch.
Oh, McKenna, no! Oh, some crimes will never be forgiven.
This is
I don't
hilarious.
do this to be forgiven.
This is hilarious for reasons that I will
That's
give
where you decided to go.
I will give us context when we're not in front of a stream.
Amazing.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, so cheers. And then also as well, I've got ube ice cream and ube waffle because I deserve this
You
after
do.
this week. I deserve this.
You
But yeah.
do.
Familiar choice, Maya?
See, I'm kind of torn on a couple. Like, obviously, cats are great. I love the idea of a flying familiar, and I've always kind of loved magpies.
Mhm.
Also makes the list. I know, Rose. I know. You have a thing, but I don't have a thing. Um, there's also see, it's cute. It's cute.
I agree.
There's also honorable mentions to foxes. Also
Mhm.
laugh and are stupid. And shout out to third grader Maya who was obsessed with ocelots.
Oh
Sticking
my
in the
god.
Like, if I were to go with a cat, it would very specifically have to be an ocelot.
God. Third grade Maya and first grade McKenna would have gotten along so well.
Yo, that's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Also, fun fact for anybody who's interested in my first campaign for my first character, she died via yeah, cover your face, Rose. She died via total party kill. Um and via green dragon poisoning. But what's especially terrible about this was like right before we left for that, we were in like a village, like a wood elf village, and my character was half elf, but she was mostly raised among humans and didn't know that much. She had also just gotten the spell. I think it was like not a revivify, but it was another like sort of like bring a person back to
Sure.
life spell. And she was like, I can revive the village. Like, it'll take a minute, and like the elven leader was just like, no, that's not how that. I know you were raised among humans, but that's not how this works. We have reincarnation. I don't know what's going on with you since you're half, but. And that sent my character into like an existential tailspin where she wrote a letter to home to her mom being like, what's going to happen when I die? And then smash cut, she dies.
Well, we all did, but
We
yeah.
all did. We all died.
That was a brutal TPK.
But
was
Maya
real
had
bad.
foreshadowing.
It was real bad.
Damn. Oh.
Yeah.
That
brutal.
you know what? That is better than the chair mimic that almost murked the entirety of the Pathfinder party on Thursday.
Not a chair mimic.
I put a platinum
Did
piece
it
on.
eat
He would
ass?
never.
Well, we had two people playing rangers, and as we've discovered, there's a curse among rangers at that table, where if you're playing a ranger at that table, you cannot roll above 5.
Ouch.
And so we were doing.
I feel that sometimes.
We were doing a
Rip.
level. We were doing a level 1 scenario, and they needed only level 1 characters. So some people grabbed some new characters, and 2 of them said, "You know what? We're going to test out this ranger curse." So 2 of them decided to play rangers, and yeah, the ranger curse is real. That's all I'm saying.
Rough.
Rest in peace.
Challenge accepted.
Rest in pieces.
Oh.
But I will, also known as tabletop roles on the internet. And for my familiar, it's basic. It's the frogs from Yu-Gi-Oh, the flying frogs.
What? You? A frog?
Could have been Karibo.
It could have been Karibo.
Karibo is great.
But if I did a Karibo, I'd have to do like winged Karibo. But then that's just like 2 like chilling out with my chilling out with the dudes at the
Chilling
schoolyard.
with my friends at the schoolyard.
Which, believe it or not, that song mashes
Oh, it's
up
so good.
with Kiss Kiss Fall in Love so well.
I believe
Yeah.
that. I believe
Because you
that
could be like,
so
Kiss Kiss
much.
Fall in Love, game on, get your game on. It totally works.
I would guess that both of them also mash really well with Dear Maria, Count Me In.
That's so true. I've done that mashup before. Not with
It's
the other one, but
just
with Kiss Kiss Fall in Love, I've done that
all
before.
good anime openings are the same. There's a
Yeah,
formula.
unfortunately.
There's a formula. But
I
speaking
love
of
the parodies that
formulas,
people do with that formula.
it is time for our formula, as I'm going to roll a short ad break and then we'll get into the game.
What if you played Dear Maria right now?
Yes.
We would get copyright striked more than we
What if we
already
all
do.
sang it?
What about
Also,
Ave Maria?
to the company that I have
They can't
sent
copyright
in,
strike us
to the company
if
that
we all do it off key.
to the company that continually copyright claims our videos for the intro that I have bought and licensed, after
Yeah.
sending them the license and be like, hey guys, stop doing this, and them just never responding, but them also never pushing back on my counterclaims. Fuck you guys. I'm now going to
That's-
roll.
Literally something that
Wait, it wasn't rolling yet?
No. Last time on the Astral Calling. It's been a hot minute. Our party did a fair amount of stuff. They made it after fighting off 75 Grindylow to Oblick. They began to explore the city, gather information, and promptly Captain Cypress was absconded with.
This is what
Upon
happens when you split the party.
upon the basically when Captain Cypress had been absconded with, and the party was discovering this, Captain Cypress sent them a message, let them know what was going on. There was a oh shit moment, and we are picking up with the party immediately after that moment. You are all still in that pub, the multi sort of flavored things. Rose, Luna, and Evie are just finishing pounding down the drinks that they got.
It's what Captain Cypress would have wanted.
I love that. Our friend's in danger. Okay, let's finish these drinks first. They were very, very well put together and expensive.
It's what Cypress would have wanted.
Expensive.
That's what Evie says. This is what Captain Cypress would have wanted.
Why are you
Knocks it
speaking
back.
about her in the past tense?
Well,
Like we can still hear her voice. Help me, you jerk.
she's not here with us now. Ergo,
Air goes where?
this is good.
Boy.
Missing friend? Ah.
She looks like your warden, but she is not.
Oh.
Evie,
She is
Evie.
gone with the wind.
Oh.
Evie,
Ergo.
What? It's true.
I would be careful about mentioning them around these parts openly. They're a very public figure, and they are known for not necessarily being the coolest headed when it comes to people speaking on them.
Well, I wasn't talking about them. I was talking about our friend, Captain Cypress.
even they will not make distinction, which we should not. We should not. Evie, how sober are you? She kind of shakes you.
I also think they might technically have the same name.
It's like shaking a gelatin
Jell-O.
roll by its shoulders.
Yeah, careful,
Oh,
McKenna.
no.
You don't want to like go as far as to out someone as a changeling or something. In public.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. What kind of fucking
Who would
idiot
do that?
Looks at Abby.
I love you, Abby.
Chad, if you want to see that moment, go watch the VOD from our Wednesday night campaign. It's amazing. You'll get to see one of the
Bless
best
her heart.
NPCs. Oh, hey there, Scarsman Dave.
I still don't know what the fuck is going on with Dave.
I love
We
Dave.
should just kill him, please.
All right,
Don't worry
yeah,
about it.
totally. Like our friend. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name because that's probably it.
The captain.
We
Yeah,
say
the
captain.
captain got
captain.
kidnapped, so let's go kill Dave? Is that what's
Captain
going on?
C. Yes, let's go kill Dave.
Some
Who's
random human,
Dave?
like turns their head. Hey, please don't kill me.
Sacred flame.
I'd
Sorry,
very,
the
ow,
blue
Throw the spear.
make an attack roll.
No, I'm joking.
I'm not joking.
Make an attack roll.
Gosh, she's just about to delete this man.
For no reason other than existing and getting out of a social awkwardness. Hang on. Come on. Scroll down.
Hey,
Nope, it's not socially awkward.
let's not kill.
indiscriminate
Let's not
violence.
kill Dave. Dave's a good guy.
All right, let's see. Well, I'm not attacking him with the creme brulee.
Why
I'm just
who's-
attacking him with one of my brooms.
You're coming
Why
to
who-
this bar of this day of all days named Dave.
Gar-
You knew what you were getting
this Dave will avoid your
Yes,
broom.
it's fine. I drunkenly just like toss it behind.
Oh,
Has
hey,
Rash
thanks.
even had anything to drink?
Shut up, Dave.
Thanks for the broom, eh?
So,
Anyway, let's go after the captain.
do we know where they are?
I know the direction they were going,
Okay.
or the direction they were being taken.
And actually, I still have locate creature prepared.
Oh. Well, why wouldn't we just do? Okay. We're doing it now. It's fine.
Well, before I spend a spell slot, let's trust Vim's intuition.
That's true.
The
Vim does have good
Vim-tuition?
The
He is a
Vim-tuition.
dream god.
Hey, that's the episode name.
That or
Hell yeah.
but we have to be careful though. We don't want this to become a Vimquisition.
But you've already
There
read
it
it.
is.
We have to
There
move
it is.
on.
No one expects the Octeran Vimquisition.
Oh boy.
Of investigation.
Oh, that's even better.
You know,
Ooh, I like that one.
Rose
I
with
was
her brilliant
expecting
brain.
I was expecting these to be a little bit dry, but there's a surprising amount of Vimsy.
Amazing.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. Well,
Thank you.
Oh.
Hey, Will.
Yeah,
Why do I have the fireball spell pulled up?
Because
don't
you have a
know.
necklace with fireballs.
That's what it was.
That'd do it.
Also crazy. Thanks for the villain point. See, chat likes that one.
No!
Oh no!
That's
Not
not
the villain
okay.
point.
Not cool with that.
Oh,
Oh,
have we had a long rest?
Compensating. You
And
gotta.
Maya gets one as well.
Well,
Aw.
I get a villain point?
no.
The hero
Yeah.
point.
Thanks, chat.
You can call it a villain point if you want.
This is when
it's
Rash
your
turns
point.
against the party.
Yeah.
The Rashter.
All right.
Not the Rashter.
So
God damn
yeah,
it.
I'm going to be
Makes me
leading
sound like a disease.
the party in the direction where Cypress is being taken.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Evie
you-
totters along behind you.
I will carry Evie in the Tupperware.
No, it's fine. I can walk.
Don't put the lid on.
It's
It just seems really bad. It just seems like
got
a really-
holes in it.
just see- it still it seems cruel.
It's fine.
even
We
with the
let her
lid.
air out. That's fine.
I mean, have we ever
fine, I
established-
can walk.
Can Eve? No, I'm not gonna go there.
No, Evie
Evie
could,
can hold her breath for up to an hour.
and
No, I
Evie
was wondering if-
technically can get out of the Tupperware with a lid on it because of their ooze
Yeah.
abilities.
But can she while drunk? Evie, I do not want
Yeah.
you to get an SWI. A sliming while intoxicated.
Sliming while intoxicated. I'm already a slime and intoxicated, so you have failed at that goal.
The bartender, as you're leaving, kind of looks over towards you, Evie, and says, "If you're a plasmoid, couldn't you just separate the alcohol in your own cells and then cause
But
it
then
to
it
leave
is
your
not
system?"
Why don't
Yeah.
you separate the alcohol in yourself?
Evie,
Maybe you don't make assumptions about plasmoids.
Puts the lid on.
When you...
You know, Rash, if you spin that around fast enough, it might actually separate the
no,
Not the
no such
centrifuge.
thing.
the centrifuge.
Do no such thing. She can push the alcohol out on her own time.
I do
hold
have a
on.
poisoner's kit that I could probably do that with.
If we use physics and the alcohol is of a different density, if we just spun Evie around like in a centrifuge, the alcohol would
what-
be separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
that's the
all having
idea.
that thing while we were having the conversation about that. Like
Okay.
you were putting it together in your head while the conversation was happening.
Yeah, well, no, this is Darius.
Because you could use Sword Friend's whip mode. You could tie the Tupperware up to it, and then like Luna could centrifuge Evie.
We
Oh.
that.
I'm
So
just looking,
Luna
I'm
would
just looking at the
never.
bartender and it's like, I carry liquid explosives in a can on my back, and somehow I'm the most responsible person here. And we're just gonna-
Thank you, helpful bartender. We
That's
will be
out.
on our way. I will be taking my grand Tupperware now.
Did he think he thought you were gonna keep it? He was gonna keep it? I don't know why you
leave a lot
announce
of
it.
I leave a lot
Okay.
of Tupperware with
The
a lot of different
Okay.
people, to be
Cypress is
fair.
getting further and
Yeah,
further
that's
away.
like
There's a lot of Rash's Tupperware across the universe at this point.
That's so true. Just hear disgruntled slime noises
see.
from
I
the
feel like I could
Tupperware.
have flown there and back in the time it's taken to get you guys to go.
I have to give Rash an item eventually called Tupperware of Returning. That when the
Oh.
Tupperware has been emptied and washed,
Aw.
it teleports back to Rash.
I would love that. That'd be so useful.
But
Not that she doesn't have plenty, but
in all seriousness, wow, I can
You got
speak
this.
tonight. In all seriousness, you begin to run through the city. A couple of interesting things. Number one interesting thing, there is lines of electricity basically being run through the tops of buildings. There's like power lines in the city. Like they have like electricity. It's kind of
I'm
like
sure Evie would have an opinion about that if she could see it.
turn of the century electricity, but it's electricity nonetheless. They all do eventually stop when you come to what appears to be a long bridge that heads towards a set of rocks on the outside of the city. This long bridge appears to basically stretch with a large sort of guard chamber and buttress towards the middle of it, preventing people from passing through it. Matthew, you evil man.
You all know
What?
what I'm about.
Confused.
The chat.
What's Matthew being evil about?
Oh.
Power lines. That will never be a Lorcana card.
It will if we listen to each other's hearts.
So no.
To give
Like,
chat
never too far
context,
apart.
one of Matt's
Maybe.
mutual friends and I really wants Powerline in Lorcana, and every set they wish for it, and it never happens. But
It'll happen.
Desire sensor is a real thing. Anyway, yes, adventure, tracking down the
Adventure.
captain.
yeah, so Fim, you know from basically what you were using to track that they were probably taken into that large sort of like rocky prison. There are a number of like
Good.
folks standing around just kind of like looking at it. You can see like one like family is like taking pictures in front of it, like not in front of the prison itself, but like off to the side, like via like the wharf. The wharf, that's the right terminology for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they would need to be taken to like a boat to get over there, right? Or is there like a
There's like a gate that has a
Okay.
couple of guards at it. They probably were taken through that gate. If you would have made it here like maybe like a few seconds, maybe a few minutes earlier, like if that conversation at the bar wouldn't happen, you might have seen them go in. But
yeah?
How do we even know we're in there? We didn't see him go in. Evie says from inside the Tupperware.
Yeah, can
incomprehensibly.
anyone understand her?
Hmm.
I crack it
Oh,
open.
that is a good
Evie
point,
repeats
Evie.
herself. Thank you.
Well,
I make a lot of those.
I have a
we
question.
know this is the big prison. We know somebody else looks like her, and then a bunch of kind of like guard type people grabbed her and started heading this direction.
I have a question for the DM.
I have an answer for the Darius.
How big? Like, are we talking like a stadium-sized prison, a shopping mall-sized prison?
We're talking like a Mall of America size prison.
I've never been to the Mall of America. Well,
It's per big.
It's the biggest one.
We're talking about here. Like, let me give Matt better scaling.
thank you.
Like tape 4 Winnipeg Convention Centers together.
Vertically or horizontally?
Like dun 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 dun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's
well,
like even a bit smaller. It'd be closer to like 4 IKEAs.
Well, now I'm hungry. Thank you. I'm going to. I think this is a good time because we need to.
Meatballs.
You let us hear
Yeah.
Vim,
Just
but
loves
It
cabinets
collected.
that much.
they
It
do have,
connected.
they have really good plant-based meatballs
They
at
do,
IKEA.
and that curry sauce.
That
is really
cabinetry
good.
just
I
really.
I can turn my head and I see 2 things of IKEA furniture already.
Mhm.
Actually, hell, this desk was probably from IKEA. No, wait, this was not. This was from like a Staples. It was on sale.
Which is a
but-
office supply store in Canada for our American friends.
We have.
We
Staples,
have
too.
Staples.
Staples
What are you
here.
talking about?
Oh, we have Staples too.
We
Yeah.
have the Staples Center. I refuse to
Yeah,
call
we
it
do
by
have
well,
the Staples
Staples.
Center.
Staples is an
We-
American company.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
We had the Staples Center. She was
No,
robbed from
no,
us.
no. I refuse.
Oh, I'm not calling it anything else either. I'm just saying.
I
We
am
must recognize what they have stolen from us.
just because this place is so big. Vim led us here, but we need to narrow this down. I am going to cast Locate Creature on the captain.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they won't want to resist because there's a save associated with this.
Never find.
there are
me.
2 pings.
Damn it.
That makes sense.
All right, well,
Are they both in the prison?
They are both in the prison, and they are both in like the same general area.
Is
okay.
one more stationary than the other one?
No, they are both like currently like in like one of the deeper, lower levels of the prison together.
I'm also going to say that when Darius casts this, he gets that, even though it's like perfectly well lit out, he gets that reflective disc in his eyes that cats get in the dark when the light hits their eyes.
Cute.
Aw.
All right, so describing just the sort of the structure of the prison, I can, get the sense where they are.
Yes,
What,
like just
what does
imagine,
the area they're in look like? Like,
Imagine-
is it a big tower?
imagine like a massive, basically boulder, in the middle of a bay, and that
That's a
boulder,
nice boulder.
We went
the
two very different
boulder
directions.
has been
The boulder.
the boulder has been hollowed out and basically converted into a prison.
What is it called? A pantano, pan, something Pantacon something. Oh, there's a specific kind of prison
Penacony?
where no, it's this
Panna
kind of
cotta.
That's a specific
That's a
type of prison.
dessert.
And it's delicious.
Penitentiary?
Oh, penitentiary. Yeah.
no, panopticon.
Oh,
Bless you.
That sounds pretentious.
haven't heard of
What
that.
is it?
Well, no, it's basically it is a prison designed to give prisoners the impression that they're always being watched because it's like a circular amount of cells with a huge tower in the middle and a
Oh,
guard
okay.
station on top.
Oh,
Like
I
the bit from
hate
the
that.
It's like
from
the Guardians of the Galaxy.
exactly from the
Yeah.
first Guardians.
Yeah.
It's just a specific style of architecture. The I'm never going to remember this name after I look at it again.
His
Well, it kind
name
of makes
or
sense.
Darius Rock?
Panopticon is
Yeah.
basically saying see everything. Like,
Yeah,
And then they fight the Decepticons.
Yep.
Yeah.
but not the Percepticons. You'll never find them.
God damn it.
One day Starscream will win.
I mean, he has
Great.
won on
the thing
occasion.
is, he does win and then he loses.
Yes.
Yes.
Even when he wins, he loses because he's
Yeah.
Starscream is to suffer,
That's why he has Scream in his name.
especially when he's voiced by the guy who does SpongeBob's voice
Really? That makes
for
sense.
Transformers Animated, which was quite good actually.
Hmm.
But yes, so Darius, they are underwater. And they are on the edge of of the 1,000 feet.
But they're seemingly in the center of the prison complex.
Center and the bottom.
The bottom. So how clarify, friends, how do we wish to approach this? I am getting the impression that the bad Cypress is probably interrogating the good Cypress right now, and they're in the very center of the prison. God damn it, Will. I am not going to share that.
I know you're not.
God damn. So mean. How do we? I know it's an interesting concept breaking into a prison. But how do we
How are
want?
we actually going to do it?
Yes, I don't suppose anyone has any sort of. I have recalling teleport, not forward teleport. So
Does
I-
Rash have any recon like memories from being in the Horde on this kind of thing?
Rash, make me just roll me a d20.
Okay.
Roll me a d20, Rash. $16.
All right.
Yeah, Rash, you know what? You had a situation that happened. I'm just trying to remember the name of this. Think like the similar to like something like Truthful. So like your squad was captured. You were put into basically like a holding area, and you worked together with your team to basically break out of the prison from
I was
within
like,
it.
I don't know what truthful is, but
It's a film.
oh, okay. Vibes.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly decent film. But yeah, you have a few memories of basically your time in the Goblin Horde of that particular area. You know it wasn't easy getting out, and you really only got out because there was a number of you there, including someone who allowed themselves to be captured in order to enter the prison as a means of basically giving aid to the people who were there.
Okay. I mentioned all of this to the team. So potentially we could sneak in with someone pretending to be captured. Do a walkie system. Do we still have any? Does anyone have sending stones or sending messages or
I think
what
we do
have you?
have sending stones.
You have the
I
crystals. You have the
That's
cell
true.
phones.
Yeah. But that's assuming
Testing,
cell phones
testing.
work in the prison, which is that's I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work in the prisons.
I mean, it worked that one time when I was a child for the mission. That seemed all right. Yes.
Yes, but that was on Darius's home planet dealing with, you know, a younger Calistigian order. These people clearly have some sort of electrical knowledge. At least more so than the Mao did. Sorry, Darius.
Anybody else have any other ideas for sneaking in? Because that's what I've got.
Well, I suppose if that's all, then
We could kick down the front door.
Let's not do that.
Let's not do
one.
that because we are not going to take their
There
entire
are a
force.
lot of them, Luna, and we want to be smart. We
It
want
might-
to
We
be
just
able to
fought
get her first.
75 Grindylow.
But we
I
want
think
to
we
be
could
able
take
to.
them.
They
We
were
want
also
to be able to get her first. Remember?
they were also real dumb. Those Grindylow were real dumb,
that's true.
and these are like
The Calistigian Order is also dumb.
they
Um,
suck, but they're not necessarily dumb.
They're
in the
not
same
dumb
way.
in that way.
In the same way.
I have a thought.
They want to destroy the universe.
Yeah,
That's pretty dumb.
that's pretty short-sighted, but they can
Tell
still
us your
strategize.
thoughts, Darius.
Well, it depends. This plan depends on one crucial factor. Evie,
Yes.
how good are you at picking locks?
More like squeezes through them. No?
Well,
I
I'll just.
can squeeze through spaces an inch or more.
That's no, that's not
so
what I'm
probably
asking.
not. I am okay.
Vim
I would
can
not
pick
consider
locks.
myself. I was going to say Vim is
Well,
Vim has fingers.
let me explain my plan.
Vim
And,
does have
and
fingers.
I was thinking because we need to be able to get in without a big of fuss, like without an immediate alarm going off. So what if 4 of us surrendered ourselves, but we had Evie hidden on our person, so that the first chance we get alone, because they'll I'm sure they'll cuff us or something, take us in, but the first chance we're alone, Evie emerges from hiding and undoes our cuffs.
But what if they are magically locked?
Well, then yes, that is a problem. It is not a perfect plan. It's the first idea I had.
that's okay. We can workshop.
I think
So I don't have any sneaky spells.
it might also be we came here to get information and yes, we don't want to delay terribly long. At the same time, rushing in is not going to increase our chances of success. So
No.
we might still need to gather some information. Things like whether it is a known thing if they use magical like restraints. Could be a thing that people in town know. We just have to be smart about how we approach those subjects.
I could fly up to the
Rash
roof and
goes
see
into
if
the
there
bar
is
again.
a way in that way.
No, don't just yell it out.
Rash goes into the bar again.
Okay, you walk it takes about 15 minutes of walking. Rash just turns around and walks away from the party. Returns
she's
to bar.
carrying Evie, so I guess Evie goes with her.
Oh, that's true.
I'm
I
deep
do
in
have
discussion
even
with Vim
Tupperware.
about a plan. So.
Rash goes with bearing Tupperware Evie into the bar and goes up to the bartender. She shuts the Tupperware and like puts it aside a little bit. Hopefully enough so that Evie can't actually hear her, and she just whispers to the bartender. She's like, "So, if I were to, as a gift for a new budding couple, want to purchase some sort of magical handcuff device for them."
two things. Rash, what's your passive perception?
Let's see. Hang on.
I also love that you're just going to the first bartender you've seen in this
That's
city
the
to
only
ask this
person that
question.
that's the person that I've had the most interaction with in this town so far.
That's true.
But it's like not asking for places to get information or places of the
Where I could buy some. I didn't ask him to sell me any.
Ravens.
My passive. Where's
Thank
my
you,
fucking passive?
Cosmic. Thanks, Sarah.
16 is my passive.
Okay, cool.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
Why I don't like that?
1 second, I just need to make a roll.
No one has
quickly.
ever not worried about something when told not to worry about it.
I don't like that at all.
I'd argue that when a DM says it,
It's
on
worse.
purpose.
It's
Yeah.
even worse.
They
Let's
know
see
that
how
you're
well
going to
he
worry
did.
about it. So
Oh,
they just
So,
heighten-
Rash, someone goes to pick up the Tupperware out of the corner of your eye.
Oh, I absolutely smacked their hand away.
Thank you for the hero
And I
points,
pick it-
Cosmic.
Oh,
And
Boy.
I pick up the Tupperware. I also release Evie.
Handcuffs?
well,
On Earth 4.
Don't worry, it's early Christmas present. Don't listen to it.
there is,
A
you
new
know,
couple?
there is the Rocs nest.
Rock's nest.
Yes, the
Also,
Rocs
can I
nest.
see who tried to pick up the Tupperware?
Yeah, it was just some random guy. He's drunk. He was like, "Oh, hey, food! Hell yeah!"
Oh my god, I almost got eaten.
Oh, it looks strawberry
smacked-
flavored.
I smacked his hand away. She probably is, but you would have to ask Luna. I hand him cookies instead. I will give this to you if you promise not to steal other people's Tupperware without asking.
Cookies, I'm down.
Am I free?
Yes, you are free.
Yay.
You said the Rock's nest?
Yes, the Rocs. Yes, the Rocs nest.
Thank you very much. You have been very helpful. She slides a tip over. And she goes to Evie. Okay, Evie, it looks like we have a destination to check out.
Why did we break away from the rest of the group?
We'll go get them on the way. We go get them on the way.
In the meantime, Luna would have asked Vim, wait. Could you, like, go into one of the guards' dreams and find out? Or one of the prisoners' dreams and find out?
Ooh.
You came into my
Potentially,
dream and you were
Mental
able to see where I
warfare.
was.
it's worth a shot. I probably wouldn't be able to do it until somebody was asleep, and it might be a little sketchy if I don't know of the person in particular.
You could
But
try for Cypress's dream.
yeah,
Or
if they
you could
fall
wear a
asleep.
fake mustache and then they would not know it was you.
Don't think that will work.
Have to be a
I
pair of
am-
glasses.
I am, you
Moth
know,
with glasses and a mustache.
relatively sneaky, though. So, you know, if push comes to shove and I have to try to get through somewhere without being seen, that's doable.
Oh, even just to learn some more information. But yeah, it was just a thought. It may not be.
If we're still gathering information at night, what I would say actually is, it would be worth a look. And you know what? Hey, can one of you be a little distracting without getting arrested? Just like a tad bit. Just
Big
like
ask.
little just little, not like make a scene, but just so that they're not going to be focusing too strongly on me right now. I'm not sneaking anywhere. I'm going to give you full information so that you know the scale I'm talking about here. All I need is them to be looking elsewhere so that I can use the little thing,
I can
take a picture
perform.
of these guards so I have a face in mind so that if we come to the night, if that person is guarding right now, they're probably going to be asleep tonight and I can try.
Are
Cypress was
Rash and
teaching
Evie
me a
back
song
yet?
before she got arrested. I could try to play that song with my horn.
Okay, play the song. If the
Okay.
guards even look your way, like they are even thinking about coming to stop you, just stop and start walking away. Because I only need a moment.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay.
Are Rash and Evie back yet?
Yeah, probably at that moment, Rash and Evie
So
would
I'm
get
just
back.
kind of getting in position. And in fact, to be even stealthier, I will get like kind of on Darius's back, so I'll be taking the picture like over his shoulder.
Nice.
Darius will
Um,
try and puff out his chest to block as much sight as possible.
So I found out where one could purchase magical handcuffs, which means that they probably do exist and they probably are armed with them.
Okay. My guess is them existing is not necessarily the same thing as them being used in here, especially given that I don't know what kind of place you're talking about getting them
I
from.
asked for magical handcuffs. They gave me shop name. What was shop name again?
Rock's
The Rocs
Nest.
Nest.
Rocs Nest
However,
was shop name.
We can follow up maybe and see if they have any like large scale customers. But we're working a plan right now.
The other option is we get these handcuffs for ourselves and we pull a, oh look, I caught them.
Also, if you get those handcuffs, maybe you should see magical handcuffs could mean a lot of things, and we should probably know what magic it is.
What kind of magic could it be besides closing magically?
Well, we would have to go to the shop to find that out. I'm
we
sure
would
they
have
have
to go. We would
very
have to go to the
many
shop to find out. But
accessories.
I'm gonna say this right now: nobody puts them on without knowing what they do. How about that? How about nobody puts them on without knowing what they do?
What was the plan that you two came up with?
All right, just don't draw attention. Luna's drawing some attention, so I can get an image real quick.
I'm-
Oh, by the way, I also don't carry that thing with me, but I know Evie does, so I'm taking hers.
What thing?
The little like tablet thing,
The crystal.
My
phone
thing?
thing, the phone thing.
My crystal, no.
I need a picture. I need a picture, just real quick.
Okay, I'll take a picture.
I'm taking it. It's already
No,
happening.
I'm taking it. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine.
I'm flying.
The siblings
I'm
are
Meanwhile,
not,
fighting.
Rash is gonna-
I'm not flying. I'm saying I'm flying while I'm on Darius's back.
I don't want to. I grab it back. I grab it back.
No, it's important.
Darius!
It's important. You're drawing
Darius,
attention.
they're talking about crystal.
I'll give
Do
it
you
back.
want to get back in the Tupperware?
Why do I feel two little bug hands on my ears?
I'll give it back. I'll give it back. You're drawing attention. We don't need to draw attention. Remember, this is important. This is for Cypress.
That was the point. I thought that was. Why didn't you have your own crystal? We can go to the Verizon store later and get you one.
No. I
Rash
just
is
don't-
gonna
Verizon.
assist Luna in whatever distraction she's trying to make.
With the
just need
nat
the
20, I
picture.
don't know that I need assistance.
Luna,
Oh, JK,
you
never
managed to,
mind,
you
you
start
got
to
it.
go and you start to play that song that Cypress was playing perfectly. You gather a crowd, people are distracted. Everything is exactly how you want it. Swordfriend is just like, that is excellent, Luna. You're very talented.
Thank God for the natural 20 because I don't know what the hell is happening
Oh.
over
Am I
here.
capable of
It's so
getting
funny
a
because my
picture?
last roll that I can see, like scrolling up, was also a nat 20 on a con check to not be drunk.
Insane.
It's
Am I-
Nice.
it's only if Evie gives you the crystal.
I think I could have taken it from her, but
Make me a sleight of hand check
Oh
to
boy.
take Evie's crystal.
Oh,
ooh,
jeez.
Evie sticks it inside of her own body.
if she wasn't paying
Oh
attention-
my
Okay.
God.
Make me a sleight of hand check.
Evie.
No, I mean I'm not going after it there. I just need it for just a second to take a picture real quick.
All the
This
childish.
is important. This is important. I'm just taking a picture real quick.
Wait,
I will.
but we ask first, ma'am. That's not nice.
Okay,
She does have a point there.
I will explain why after it's important. This is a good thing. It's not hurting anything.
Fine, but we're getting
Okay.
you your own crystal.
I do have one. I just don't carry it with me.
You're bringing your own crystal next time.
Where do you carry it then?
I leave it on the ship.
I'm
Even
not.
Rash is
Evie
perplexed
does
by
hand
this.
it over.
I like. I'm sorry, Darius. I skitter up his back real quick. And peek over the shoulder.
No, it's
to
probably
take the
more like
picture.
ping, 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 ping on the armor, like ping, 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 ping.
Hate the phrase skitter.
Get her?
That's why I said it. But
I mean, we all have to be honest. Vim is a large, large bug. There is something inherently unsettling about him.
Yeah, but he's cute.
Is he
Maybe he's
though?
just a baby.
Don't let McKenna's great art fool you.
Maybe. You know, he's cute in like the way that like big fuzzy moths are cute, like in pictures from a distance.
Have we ever
It's-
tried putting a Vim and a giant lamp in the same room and see what happens?
I've been around
No,
lights.
but I bet it'd be real funny.
I've been around lights and I
It
can
would be
compose
very
myself.
funny.
But
Um,
is it a struggle?
You'll never know.
I
No, I
feel like
won't know.
it'd
Do
be
you
the
think you can?
same.
Do you think you could beat my deception check?
It's the
I've got pretty
same
high
equivalent
perception,
as
actually.
Technically,
like
if anybody could,
Evie
it would
getting
be you.
drunk.
Yeah,
I
Vim,
would
the
need-
cleric.
you
I
get a
would need some of the
picture.
rolls.
You get a picture of one of these generic guards,
Okay.
Palestinian guards.
All right. Okay. All right. So, this was to. It was a matter of time, which is why I was doing it in a hurry. But now that we've got the picture, the reason why. Oh, also, and I just look over towards Luna and just say in her head, "All right, I got the picture." So, you're good when you feel done, as long as they just don't let them come after you.
She's gonna finish the song.
I figured she would, but I was just reminding that if they decide like, "Hey, we need to stop this," to just
Rash's crowd
cut
working
your
with a
losses.
hat.
But then back to Evie.
Yes.
Luna came up with the idea of me, if we need to gather information, of trying to jump into the dreams of somebody from here. But I figured the only way to really be able to try to focus on doing that is if I had like an image of somebody that I could go after that person in particular. Since all we have are these guards, and he's guarding during the day, I figure he won't be guarding at night. So if it comes to night, we can do that, or try make the attempt.
That is a good plan. You should have just told me in the first place.
Well, it was a matter. It was time was of the essence because we could only do it while they were distracted, momentarily, and
Well,
you can't hate it too much. It's Luna's plan.
well, of course, Luna's plan is perfect. That's why I said it's a good plan.
Luna hears Evie say that.
Her ears just like twitch and perk up.
Aww. Oh,
I'm going to take
baby.
this moment, apropos of nothing, to remind everybody to not put any magical accessories on without knowing what they do.
Has Rash gotten anything from the crowd work?
You've gotten a number of people. One person says, "No, I don't want to buy your. No, I don't want a free album," and they walk away.
Damn.
But
On a nat 20, not one
How
person
dare
wants to
they?
buy
but
her
a number
mixtape.
of people do give. You get probably, I would say, about 20, 30 gold.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I hand it to
And in
Luna
this
because
case, it
Luna's.
actually is gold and not credits.
Yes, at this point, it's actually gold.
I hand it to Luna because she earned it.
Yeah.
Now you can buy that watch.
On the gold is Sildana.
Ooh, awkward.
Ooh. That's a little
You can take it back if you don't
So
want that.
on one side of the gold piece, there appears to be some sort of like avian like creature, like a phoenix almost.
This
And
is
then
a
on the
coin
other side,
specifically made
Sorry,
to
is
upset
this-
Rocs.
Right? Like on one side it's a bird, and on the other side it's the woman who was like traumatized.
Yeah, one side of the coin is a traumatized Luna, and the other side of the coin is a traumatized Rose.
Amazing. Rash
As
is like,
above,
I
so
can
below.
take it back.
No, I can spend it.
That's true. We are going to a magical trinkets place.
yes.
But not necessarily buying anything.
Are you all going to head to the Rocs Nest?
Yes.
Well, we
Yeah.
have to pass time
All right.
anyway.
While you head to the Rocs Nest, we're going to roll a quick ad break, and then we'll be right back.
Yay.
Amazing. Yeah.
And we are back. When you arrive at the Rocs
Uh-oh.
Nest, you come to what appears to be a converted barn. It is blue and then pastel pink up the sides.
Cute.
To create like this sort of like almost like Tamagotchi color palette.
Cute.
Like the old Tamagotchi, like.
You mean Tamagotchi?
First of all, Tamagotchi. Second of all, the whole conceit of Tamagotchi is that they came in so many different fun colors.
Oh.
But I do get what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like that, except it's like a converted barn. Along like the sides of the barn, there's like a variety of like moons and stars, like carved into like the wood paneling, going up. And there's a sign that's just hanging over. It says, "The Rocs Nest."
This place looks cute. Not at all like the kind of place you'd think would sell handcuffs.
Rash walks in first, I guess.
Darius
Rash,
is starting
as
to
you
get
enter,
a thought.
You see a store just filled with a variety of items and accoutrement, from a very wide range of like objects. Very interesting. And behind the counter of this store is something you've never seen before. It is similar to Darius in that they are a centaur-like creature, except the bottom half is a bovine.
Oh.
Still four
Okay.
legs though.
Yeah, still
What's
four
the
legs.
top half?
It's still like centaur human.
Oh, so
Okay.
it's just a cowtar.
'Cause- okay.
So does it have an udder?
They have
Are you
pants.
looking?
They're wearing pants.
I might be. You don't know. If they're wearing pants, I guess I can't see.
Yeah. And as you enter, they kind of like perk up and they, "Oh, hello! Welcome to the Rocs Nest. How can I help you today?"
Hello. I was wondering. I was told that you have many a different gadget here.
Yes, we have a variety of items for sale. I'm more than happy to help you find whatever you need. My name's Clarissa.
Hello, Clarissa.
Please explain it all.
Now, Luna, we are looking for some specific. Although, actually, you know
don't
what?
explain
You
it
know
all.
what? You know what? Go
what are you-
ahead.
What are you?
Explain it all.
What are you? What are you
The
looking
budding
for?
new-
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. We have a variety of items for sale here, but it's really, dealer's choice. I'm just kind of
Well-
here to take the money.
I was more curious about any sort of magical handcuff situation.
Yes, of course.
Um,
We have a wide selection for that. Here, and they will like kind of like walk and they'll trot towards the back and they will kind of like beckon you over, and you will come to this section that there's just a variety of handcuffs on the wall.
And these are, you would say, professional grade or.
Oh, yes. We have a number of tradespeople who use these throughout a number of their bits of work. It depends on, like I said, the use case that you're looking for. If you're dealing with a magical creature, you need to sort of disarm their abilities a little bit. I would recommend these models over here. But if you're just sort of looking for something that'll stay shut, we of course have these models right over there. They just kind of magically lock. They do unlock with a code phrase, but that's usually known by the person who basically closes them. They select that.
I see.
Do they
Good
come
to
in
know.
pink and fuzzy?
Luna's already got ideas, I see. Luna, why don't
That
you
would
ask
be
the nice lady Clarissa
All the
what
best
you were
things are
looking
pink
for?
and fuzzy.
That is true. Oh.
Pink or fuzzy. Sometimes both.
Rash lets Luna take over the discussion of like
Oh, no.
the whole
No.
store.
She had just one question.
Rash is like, why don't you show Luna around the store and see if she might be interested in
course.
anything?
All because I had a Clarissa explains it all joke. Okay, let's
Yeah.
do it.
And then if / while that's going on, goes to Vim and Darius and Evie, and it's just like, okay, so they definitely exist and they're definitely professional grade.
Don't need to know. Well, one, we need to know if these people would be their clients, and if they would be enchanted ones or just regular
She said that a number of
shackles.
people for different professions use them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what all different. Well, no, I'm not
Oh,
trying to think of what all
Luna,
different
over here
professions.
we have a variety of tinctures and tonics. These ones have a variety of effects that people often mix into food and drink in order to make their targets more susceptible to being captured. So, for example, we have this one right here that will increase tiredness. It'll make people very sleepy. Then this one has a variety of flavors. This one comes in a number of different flavors, but basically what this one does is it causes the person to sort of hallucinate slightly.
Okay, I don't
I
know
think that my girlfriend
why.
could make the potions that do that and probably more.
I don't
This is
know.
starting to feel less like sex shop and more like general antique shop.
I,
Uh,
uh,
if we
I'm
I,
come
getting
over
like
here,
monster capturer
I'm
if we
vibes.
come over
I'm
here,
Yeah.
you'll
I'm
find
really
us.
hoping it's not a sex shop if they sell those, but I want those.
Same.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, I'm more than happy to sell these things. We have permits and everything. If you depending on what type of thing you're hunting, it does sort of help us know what would be most effective. So if you
Oh,
have like a
that
general
would be
idea,
actually very useful. Yes, you were right, then we should get those. How much for the one that makes them tired?
the tired one. So like I said, the dosing depends on the creature. If it's sort of like a huge creature, you're going to want something a bit stronger. If it's something like
I would
smaller,
What
like
say
where are we?
happens
something
if
If
you
we're
use the huge thing
medium.
on a small thing?
How
it
about
can cause a fair amount of
humanoid?
permanent humanoid. If we're looking for
Yeah,
humanoid size,
medium.
um, medium sized, okay, so smaller than a horse, uh, then I would recommend sort of this line over here. This is our bounty hunter line.
There we go.
So what we have right here is the lovely bounty hunter line. This is the you shoot first dose. What this one is, it goes on to a blow dart, and if this one lands into the target, they will usually become incapacitated.
That could be
Okay.
very useful. Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, I could definitely make use of that.
Yeah. So it is 30 gold pieces per
Oh,
a dosage.
here you
Ooh.
go. I will take that.
Okay.
Deletes my 30 gold.
Oh.
And then, of course, we have a variety of other things. If you're looking for like a medium, like a humanoid-sized creature, I would personally recommend the grappler gauntlets. They're over here, and she'll kind of come over here, and she'll take you to like this pair of gauntlets that appear to have like almost like spider webbing across their hands. She puts them on. She puts like a test cartridge in. She points to a sort of like mannequin that she has in the store. So what you do with these ones is the creature that you're trying to capture. If you clap your hands together like this and open them, and then as they do that, a massive net fires out, covers the creature. A bolus wraps around like their legs, and then electric shocks them.
Oh man.
So
I
it
mean, that
backs
would
a
do it.
zing.
Is anybody interested in that?
I'm interested in somebody here having them. But
Who
I
do
just,
you think would actually be good at using them?
If you would like, you can also get rid of the somatic components by having a trigger phrase be the word. So, for example, if you would go and she reloads them, and instead of like doing like the whole like arm movement to get it as the action, she just claps her hands together and opens up and says "Mudukin," and it fires up the net.
okay.
Did you
Okay.
just Hadouken but moo?
Yeah.
That's
Terrible.
what happened.
Terrible.
I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't want to be on this planet anymore. I say we just destroy the prison. Just
I'll
Okay,
turn.
so I mean, I kind of think Rash could use those. Pretty.
That one?
Yeah,
I
if
mean,
somebody's running from you and you just like grapple and tase them at the same time
Also,
from a
imagine
distance.
the like interesting meats that you could catch.
I do like my meats.
Well, we do have an
Maybe.
exotic jerky section.
Oh, Rash looks at the exotic jerky section.
Exotic
What kind of
jerky.
general store is this?
It's the Rocs Nest.
That
Rash
doesn't tell us anything.
No, it doesn't.
Rash looks at the jerky section, but also does like how much are the gloves?
Oh, the gloves are 100 gold pieces. Now, keep in mind, I know that you all seem like you're off-worlders. We do have a credit converter. It is a one-to-one sort of conversion, so you're free to spend your credits here as well.
We love a credit converter.
To my understanding, the currencies are going to be eventually merged once the Calistigian Order collects the remaining parts of the universe they need and recreate it. So, you know.
Well, in the meantime, I would love that converter service.
Yes.
There's no
also-
extra hidden fees or anything like
Oh,
that.
no,
is
no,
there?
no. It's sort of done on my end of the business, so I just kind of take care of any cost for that.
Oh, excellent.
The hallucination stuff, that's also 30?
Yes, that's also 30 if you'd like that. Once again, I'd recommend this medium-sized dosing. It'd be 30 per dose for a medium creature. If you want a large creature's dose, I would recommend that brings it up to 60. Basically, the baseline is 30, and then per size category of the creature, it
Yeah,
increases
we're
by
gonna
30.
go with large on that.
Okay.
You know, never know when you might need an instant distraction.
What is
Yeah.
the range on these gloves?
So the gloves have a range of 30 feet.
Okay, that's decent.
Like I said, those ones are made for bounty hunters. My Rash knows is among the jerky flavors. There appears to be a leshy jerky.
Oh. I mean, yeah, Rash is gonna buy it.
All right. You can add 1 pack of Endures jerky to your inventory.
Oh. Endures, no.
Listen, Rash is a purveyor of interesting flavors, and she doesn't know Endure. Who is Endure?
No, he's from the Monday Night Campaign. He's a little
Rip.
mushroom man.
He's just a little mushroom guy.
He's just a
Oh,
guy.
unfortunately, Rash would
Bless
really
you.
like this jerky.
Yeah, unfortunately for Endures in Darkness. Poor fella.
1 pack of Mushroom Man jerky.
1 pack of a beloved healing companion.
It's basically like the best way I can describe this shop to you now that you're in it and looking through it. It is like a barn supply. It is like a farmer's supply store.
I imagine it's very much
Um,
like general store vibes.
It's like, I don't know. Rose probably knows what this is. I don't know if Maya or McKenna will. It's like a Menards.
I do.
I
Yeah.
don't know
Save
what that
big
is.
money at Menards.
You said words, and I don't understand
I'm
them.
from the Midwest, and
Yeah,
none of
that's what I
like,
figured.
Chad might.
No, I don't
Chad-
think we have those over here.
Okay, I'm from where the Midwest meets the South, and we are the specific kind of people that have Menards and Rural King, and I know exactly what this is.
I did debate calling the shop Menards for a bit,
Oh boy.
but I was
Yeah,
like, cow pun, not good enough.
no, I know exactly what this is.
I have a lot of weird food.
They do
items
for
in
some
my
reason
pack.
have like these like there is like at the checkout what appears to be a number of like candies, including these like cinnamon flavored teddy bears.
Do you mean like Teddy Grams?
No, like
Delicious.
gummies, like
Oh,
cinnamon gummies that are in the shape of teddy bears.
That's fun.
Delicious.
I
Can you
miss
just
those.
do like a quick scan around the shop just to see if she finds anything that catches her interest?
Yeah, sure. Make me just like a perception check.
What if it was
Evie,
investigation?
what are you looking for? Just tell me what you're looking for. Like what would catch Evie's interest?
I mean, it's still a 15. She's just looking for anything that she would not have seen in her lifetime. This is, a new area for her. She's never been to this kind of like old world a place.
Mhm.
So, anything that seems outside of the usual for the sort of futuristic society that she lives in.
So I think what gets you, Evie, is you are looking around.
Please let it be one of those like fake miner's gold pits.
and you find what looks to be a massive just bucket. And inside of this barrel bucket, it's just rocks.
Yes.
It's just rocks and crystals. And
This is something that Evie would find interesting, not something that McKenna would get lost in for hours, but I'll take it.
and as Evie's like looking at those crystals, a variety of those crystals have like a number of like semi-magical effects. If you would like, Evie can buy a bag of crystals, and it is 40 gold pieces for the bag of crystals.
Evie, still being a little tipsy, does stick both pseudopods fully in the rock pit to just feel the clicking and the clacking. That's the best fucking feeling in the world. And if I could go to one of those shops just a little bit drunk, it'd be the best goddamn day of my life.
It's so good.
So I'm going to live vicariously here, and she's just going to like stick pseudopods into the rocks and feel around.
Are you going to buy the bag of rocks?
Do they not have like a small bag?
Yeah, so they have 3 bags.
Oh, I will buy
there's
it for her.
one of them's a
I will
gray
buy
bag.
the full size.
Okay, you're going to buy the full size.
Oh god,
I will buy the full
bag?
size for Evie.
All right, so
I will buy the full size for Evie.
Luna, you
Yeah.
can remove the credits from your inventory, and then Evie,
So
you
it's
can
40?
add and then Evie, you
Yeah.
can add a tan bag of tricks to your inventory.
Ooh.
and bag
But
of
Will, tricks are for
Okay.
kids.
Not
Yes.
Evie with a bag of tricks.
Here it might be easier if I tricks are for Luna's, not Evie's.
I will have to look at what that is.
I will put
Silly
it for
rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Do you guys ever see that Got Milk commercials?
you. There you go.
I remember the got milk.
How much were the
ads.
gloves, Will?
300.
300? 300!
They're a magical item.
Rash
What do they
doesn't
do,
buy
Rash?
them.
Do you want them?
Wait, what do they do?
They shoot the net.
They do the thing and they catch a
They
thing.
Spider-Man. Rash,
What
do you
if I
want them?
pitch in 100 credits?
Rash, do you want them? Would they
I
make
don't
you happy?
need them. I don't need
Okay, but your
them.
tone. Do I
It's
need to make an insight
fine.
check, or are you going to be
It's
honest
fine.
with me?
Rash
Okay.
Rash looks away from them and she pretends to like go peruse the rest
Hold
of
on,
the
hold
score
on.
and
Okay.
looks
As
at
soon
the
as
like
Rash looks
she goes into,
mildly
like-
disappointed and walks
she looks
away.
she goes into like that grandma mode of very like, if any of you have like immigrant grandparents that look when they get when they're like, I don't need that, it's too expensive, and then goes to a different corner, but like you can tell they kind of are lingering on it.
Also,
Yeah,
Rash,
yeah.
you do, like,
So-
when you walk to the other corner, you do just see a full-on espresso machine.
A what?
Why do you have to say it like that? Did you do it on purpose?
It's espresso.
It's not me espresso.
A full-on espresso machine. Better?
Also-
This is random, but it's funny that confusion gets made because a car I used to have, it didn't still have it in it, but it was the espresso trim, and what that meant was when that car was sold new, it had an espresso machine in it,
That's hilarious.
but it was the espresso trim. They
Wait,
used the
but
actual.
see, that's funny.
That's
though.
cute. Also,
different.
wait, we're burying the lead here. There was a car that made espresso for you.
I mean, well, one, I don't drink coffee, but when I got the car, it was used. It did not have that machine in it anymore.
Someone took out the espresso machine.
That's wild. The fact that that was made in the first place is wild, and I want it.
Seriously.
Okay,
Must have been an
but
Italian
the
car.
second.
How much is the espresso machine?
Well, that one's
Why-
only 100.
Why is that a
credits.
priority right now?
That can be
She's
installed
the
in your ship.
chef. Listen,
That can be
I
installed
know,
in
Rash
your
but-
ship.
also doesn't need
We're
one.
gonna
She's
have
got
to
a
carry
perfectly
that
good...
around until we
She
get
has a
back to.
perfectly
I will say
coffee
that
machine.
can be installed in your ship, and it will it can decrease the cost of heroes' feasts cooked in the galley.
Oh,
Can
So
we pay extra for
useful.
delivery?
Only if
I'm
you.
just worried about carrying around an espresso machine during a
can be
jailbreak.
a bag
During
of
the battle.
holding.
During the battle, I use it as a bludgeoning weapon.
Is
I
it
hope you get the
small
warranty.
enough? Like, I guess.
The bag of holding?
No, like, I'm picturing a bag of, like, how is it like a big sack of holding? Is it just like a small component pouch bag of holding?
Put an espresso machine in a bag of holding.
It's a bag of holding.
I'm just worried about the aperture of it if it doesn't get that big.
Matt.
Also, I
This
forgot
is
we had a bag of
amazing.
holding, so.
Okay, but the second that Rash walks away looking mildly like disappointed and lingery, so I have these gems worth 250 gold points, and then I can chip in another 50 gold and buy if she'll accept the gems, considering she sells gems.
Oh yeah, she'll take the gems.
Cool. There's 300.
No,
And I
Luna, no.
also will spend like an extra however many gold it takes to get some like cute ribbon and make it a whole thing.
Oh
and,
no,
like,
she'll
wrap it
put
on.
it. She'll wrap it up for you. She's more than happy to give you that
Aw.
good service.
Okay.
And then she also has, like, as they're doing that service, Luna, can you make me a? You don't even have to. You'll notice this behind the counter. There are what appear to be it just says gems of calculation, and there are a set of dice basically that have been fully just carved into gemstones, but they are in mystery bags.
How many? How much?
So for each set, it's 50 gold pieces.
I will get 3.
Okay, so you
Oh my
buy
God.
3 sets of mystery math rocks.
How
How
much
much
money
gold
do you
do you-
have?
You know what?
Well-
we have the whole dragon horde.
I had 850 gold plus the 250 gold worth of gems. So I was
Holy shit!
So
prepared to spend.
Rose, you have 3 sets of these dice. Anytime Luna spends a bonus action to roll one, tell me which one you're rolling, and then we will roll it and determine a random effect.
What do you call them?
Mathematics gemstones.
And let you know when it's a bonus action to
It's
roll
a
one.
bonus action to roll one. You can pick which one you roll. It has like a 20-sided, a 100-sided, like it's a standard set of dice, but you get to pick when you roll them, and the effects will be randomized.
I have 3 of them.
You have 3 sets of them.
How many come in a set?
One, it's basically like a set
It's a
of
full
dice.
set of
Yeah,
dice.
it's a full set of dice basically.
Hmm.
But each one has like its own random table. When you open a case, we'll need to roll to determine what basically loot table I use for it. But I have about 16 different tables that we can be using for these that I've made.
Delightful. I love this shit.
Yep, I know you do. So I put them right there.
That's why I dropped 150 gold on it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
God.
I'm kind of interested in these trading cards.
Oh God. No, no, thank you.
Do they do anything?
They have very pretty artwork. This one has bunnies.
One weakness.
I can see Bunny if I look in the mirror. It is okay.
Wow.
The self-restraint.
You know, Rose, it's a shame that you don't fight with a spear. That Luna doesn't fight with a spear
Why?
and a shield, because then she'd be a hoplite.
I do have a shield.
Sorry, that one just came to me and I had to. Couldn't help myself.
It was a choice. Don't pretend it wasn't a choice.
That was such a good one, though. All right, is there anything else that anyone would like to find in the Rocs Nest?
Rash is gonna buy the espresso machine
Okay.
Yeah.
because she doesn't think that she's getting anything else, so she's gonna get the espresso.
They also have a
machine.
waffle maker.
I feel like she's gonna go with the espresso machine because you said that does something.
Yeah, that's fair. They also have a
Mhm.
waffle maker, a mini donut maker.
Does the waffle maker do anything?
So the waffle maker is
It
25
makes
gold
waffles.
pieces, and it would reduce any of the kitchen utensils here that make food would reduce Heroes Feast costs by the amount of gold pieces that you spend on them here.
Okay.
So there is a waffle machine for 25 gold, a mini donut maker for 300 gold pieces.
Well, not that one.
Uh,
Why is the donut maker more expensive than the? You
because
know what?
it's
Never
it's
mind.
full on. It is full on one of like those like mini donut machines that they use in like baseball stadiums.
Okay. That
Uh,
I guess that makes sense.
They also have an air fryer for 50.
Ooh,
I do love my air fryer.
Deep
the air
fryer
I,
for
I
75.
love an air fryer.
Basically any sort of like kitchen add-ons that you
See,
could want
how much was the espresso? You said the espresso was 100.
was 100.
I think she's still gonna go for the espresso machine, just because of the Heroes Feast thing, but also because if Rash were to get anything, it would either if Rash were to get anything, it would either be the espresso machine or the deep fryer. I Maya love an air fryer. I feel like Rash wouldn't believe in an air fryer.
That's so.
This newfangled
That's valid.
technology.
No, you have to fry it in the grease. The grease is what makes the meal.
I'm very Midwest of Rash.
In Raj's day, it was just over a campfire using the bones of your enemies as kindling.
Exactly. You use the marrow for the flavor, and you use the fat to render the beautiful meat soft. It's good.
Marrow soup, truly harrowing.
Mhm.
Tea.
Hehe.
That was
Now
a
I'm just
Gideon.
thinking about slow cooked meat. I know we're thinking about Gideon, but now I'm thinking about slow cooked meat.
Bone marrow soup.
Good soup.
Yeah, Rash is gonna buy the espresso machine, so I will subtract 100 from my inventory
Bim, Darius, the two of you want
and then
anything
try to
else?
stuff it in the bag of holding.
Darius has
I
been
know nothing about that.
That was great.
the only thing Darius has been doing this entire time is probably just standing very still, but also casting an eye around everywhere and trying to determine the quality of the goods here.
They're all pretty good quality. Like the stuff is built to last.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I say nothing. I don't really want to purchase anything.
All right.
I can make it at home.
That's true.
Vim, is there anything else that you want? Poison.
Not even these wall of handcuffs.
Handcuffs would be easy to make, yeah.
It's for bounty hunters.
I mean, they
Yeah.
might have some interesting hunting equipment. We could look, Vim.
We've got the
Would
sleep
you-
poison and the hallucination
Would
poison.
you like a crossbow sight?
What will it do?
Increase your accuracy.
It allows you to use a bonus action to take the aim action.
Mm.
Once.
That is 75 gold pieces, and it can be affixed to a crossbow.
We'll do it, and then I will just always have the calculation of attacks with advantage or 3 attacks.
Mm.
We'll just forever have the
Choices. Choices are good. They also have
Alright.
a dark vision sight. That one's 100.
But does Vim need it?
There's a
don't-
thermal one
I don't
that's
think he does because he's
125.
I
Fae.
don't think so, yeah.
So he should just have it.
What was the last thing you said?
There's a thermal one that's 125.
Oh.
That allows you to target invisible creatures without like having disadvantage. What did Caccio just do to you, McKenna?
He just jumped off of my desk directly onto my mirror.
Oh
And by
no!
onto my mirror, I mean into my glass
Oh, bonk.
closet door
Oh.
mirror.
So
Just
he's trying-
headlong right on into it.
Was he trying to
Um,
attack himself?
No, he's just a silly guy.
What's that?
He's
Another
just
cat attack?
precocious.
He's just a silly
So the
human
thermal one
being.
would be one. I think it was 125 is what I said.
Yeah,
And
I'll
that
take the
would
Predator Vision one.
fair enough.
Not predator vision.
I still haven't seen those films. I got scared of them from the Great Movie Ride when I was a kid.
Some
I
of
only
them
watched
are
the first
okay.
one, but I liked it.
The Great Movie Ride, like that alien scene, was
It
horrifying.
was scary. Thank
I
you,
also will
Rose.
say this, well, the first Predator is not scary. It's fun, but it's very campy.
I like the new one.
I don't think it meant to be campy, but it was campy.
Maya, you have to understand that even during the play that you were in, that was too spooky for me.
Also, to be fair, the play that I was in was genuinely pretty spooky at some parts. Like there were blood warnings for a reason.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Predator movies lean more like
There's also a reason I told Rose not to come to that one.
Predator movies lean, at least the early ones, lean more like gory than scary. Really,
Yeah.
that makes sense. They're not really out there to scare you so much
No,
as
so it's more
to
Final Destination. Anyway,
gruesome violence.
I do want to watch the new one because I heard the new one was really
The
good.
new one was actually good.
Rose, did you see it?
I did. The Predator movie with the
Prey?
I'm gonna mess it up. The Prey. Is that the one with the
Yeah.
The Native
yeah,
American,
the Native American girl.
Yeah,
She was incredible.
Surprising that you saw a horror movie.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
I
huh.
watched certain scenes
Was
like
it,
this, but it was good.
was it Amber Mid Thunder? I think was
Hmm.
the star.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, it's on the list for next Halloween for me.
Is there anything else that anyone wants? Are there any other sort of
Espresso.
items that you're looking for here before you head out of the shop?
They got
I
anything that can give me some AoE?
I mean,
think I
other than like that necklace of fireballs, no. They have a scatter
No.
gun.
You have a what?
A scatter
want-
gun.
What does it do?
So it's a weapon that you would have to reload every time you fire it. But it fires. You can make basically it fires a conal attack with a DC of 10 plus your proficiency bonus plus whatever is your highest ability score modifier.
How much damage does it do?
It depends on the ammo you load on it. The baseline is a D8, but you can get up to a D12 of ammo.
No. No. I'll make
Think-
do.
Rash wants to go back to the handcuff wall.
Yeah.
And she's gonna wave Clarissa over.
Clarissa
what-
trots over.
If I were to look for something in the way of like, say, prison grade sort of material. Like really, really industrial, you know?
She'll lead you over to like the bounty hunter section, the more professional ones. If you're looking for the ones that the guard uses, they use this pair right here. They are, depending on the creature that they're going after. For non-magical creatures, they'll use this one, the X7s. They'll hand that to you. It's a pretty standard good lock. A lot of people will try to pick it, but you can't really pick it easily from inside while being locked up in it. Some
Ooh.
people use that one. If you're a magical creature looking to disarm them with their magical abilities, we take the X7 version 2.0s. These ones will cause creatures, even if they can become incorporeal, to be forcibly remain corporeal. And it'll prevent them. And for creatures that have, say, the ability to change their shape or sort of mass, or ooze-like creatures, it basically hardens them into a set form and forces them to stay in the cuffs.
Interesting. And how much are these each?
Each of these are 100 gold pieces.
And do the second pair come in any fun colors?
Jesus.
We're not really the right shop for that. There is a couple blocks down, a Vencer's.
What?
Not
It's
a
the
Spencer.
Spencers.
Yeah, not a Spencer's, a Vencer's.
Vencer's. Interesting,
They
interesting.
sell
I'll
they
put
sell
that on
more
my
of those. That type
I'll
of
put
thing.
that on my shopping list then. And you would say that they are still pretty good grade over there, or they
They're more
less like you?
They're more recreational use.
Interesting.
God, having to say recreational use handcuffs.
Amazing.
That's on the
Mostly at
internet
this
now forever.
amazing.
Thanks, Maya.
Rash is truly trying to just like throw shit at the wall to like disguise this conversation.
I get it.
But she'll say, "Well, we will check out this Vencer's place, but thank you very much. You are very helpful."
Happy to help.
She does not sound that happy.
Very much a person who is working a retail job.
Yeah.
You know she's going to come and like tell her friends over tea, "Oh my god, you guys are not going to believe what this grandma was asking for."
Yeah, Rash is absolutely going to become shop talk in the break
And
room.
you know
Let me
I
those
mean,
tell-
she
weren't her
becomes that like
granddaughters.
Tumblr level cryptid. Like, you ever see the story about the like woman who walks into the Starbucks and wants like 20 shots of espresso, and she's like, costs
See, you
the
say
largest
that,
thing
but
to
I've
buy.
been in that Starbucks shop. I've worked that Starbucks shop where somebody has come up to the window and ordered 20 shots of espresso.
Jesus.
Just let me tell you,
Taste is the farthest thing from my mind.
that woman's wild days are not behind her.
I'll also say, Rash does, to her credit, she won't
Oof.
she won't like put anything extra in the tip jar other than from like the purchase that she actually made. She throws in 2 extra gold for that, but like separately she also slides a tin of cookies.
Oh.
Aw.
Is it
Well-
in a old like sewing kit tin or something?
Yeah,
I think as you all
she's
finish
running
up,
out of Tupperware.
I think as you all finish up in the Rocs nest, that'll be a good spot for us to roll our final ad break of the night. We will be right back.
Don't feed
And
your
we're
cats
back.
cream, people.
I said on occasion, special occasion.
Yes. But just for real life, don't feed your cats cream.
Yes, no. It's only for cartoons.
That's
Yeah.
good to know. As a person who will be a cat owner probably one day, that's good to know.
Yeah, don't feed them cream. That's for cartoons.
Or cat centaurs, apparently.
That's ours.
That's true.
The Mao.
Centaurs have to have like a super weird digestive system.
Yeah. So I
feel
imagine
like the way that it has to like wind around.
So here's my head.
Where's
canon
the
for-
stomach?
Here's
Is
my
it
head
the
canon.
horse stomach or is it the human
So
stomach?
my head canon
And
is
if-
this: the human part, like the humanoid top half, all esophagus and all like the internal organs are inside.
hate that.
Inside the
Oh.
mouth bit.
I
To be
hate
fair,
that.
to be fair, that means Darius could probably be stabbed through the chest
And be
and not-
fine.
and be. He probably would have trouble eating, and maybe would get some blood into his stomach. But
But then how do abs exist, Will?
Magic.
also, God, Darius has probably got a very large
No,
heart
there-
because he needs to pump blood quite a ways,
Aw, yes, he
There-
does.
there is
like a giraffe.
now, Rose. Imagine a Mao version of Aerith. Mao.
Why? No.
Why?
No.
I'm with Rose on
Mouth
this
is
one.
what
Why?
brings us together
Mouth.
today.
Ewith.
Mouth.
Mao.
I hate that. Are we back?
So,
Yeah, we are back.
We
Yeah,
have
we've been
gotten
back.
our goodies from the goodie store.
You have bought your goodies from the Rocs Nest.
Yep.
There is
Vastly misinterpreted that name.
Yeah.
well because it's meant to be like, you know how like birds will like put a whole bunch of like random stuff in their nests, like ravens
Well,
will
I
do
get
that.
that now. Back when I thought it was a sex shop, I thought it had to do with getting your rocks off.
Huh. That would have been smart too. Fair enough.
I wasn't sure
That
where
would've
the name
been
was going,
fun.
honestly.
Well, I mean, the rock, like the mythical creature, and then they're bird-like, so I imagine they have a nest.
Oh.
It makes sense.
I thought Dwayne the Rock
As
Johnson
like a
Rock, like
was going to
Dwayne-
be-
Dwayne
I
Johnson.
also like
Why
I
did we
also
all
like the Dwayne
think
the Rock Johnson theory,
different
honestly.
things?
Pat, when you think rock, what do you think?
I thought like ROC, like the mythical creature, because we're in a fantasy
Yeah.
setting.
Well, I thought that because you said nest.
Also,
like,
nest is
obviously
a
I get a bu-
context clue.
Yeah. I'm-
A con.
Yeah, but Will is not a especially literal man. It is puns abundant in here.
I do
I-
like the idea of Dwayne the
I
Rock
choose-
Johnson
I
running
choose to see
running a
better
magic
than
shop.
that, McKenna.
Chad has more faith in me than McKenna. You heard it here
Yes.
first.
It's the only way I can get through the day.
We all do what we have to do.
We all do what we must to survive. But is there anything else that you would all like to accomplish in the city?
No, I think well,
So let's go get Cypress.
yeah. I'm like, if there's any possible other information we can gather on the way, I guess.
Well, do you
but-
want to do the like? Do you want to wait till nightfall and do the Vim sleepy time
Yeah.
gambit?
Yeah.
Sleepy time gambit.
All right.
Let's
This
go.
will also give everyone a full night's rest then. In that case.
Yay.
So, Vim.
I needed it.
You go to enter sort of that dream state. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I'm trying. The kind of goal is to not necessarily be so intrusive that he's very aware of me,
Mhm.
but steer things into him kind of having more of like a memory focused dream of his job. Like I want to see things kind of as he sees them, where he's a guard and how he sees people being brought in.
He goes to work, but his pants are around his ankles.
Fair enough. So, Vim, when you enter in that sort of like dream state, there are a number of doors around you. You have all the doors to your party members. You can see there. There appear to be two different doors for Cyprus currently, both beside each other. And then lastly, when you're holding like that photo as you're going to bed, there is another door that's just a very generic wooden door. Nothing special, but it is a pretty basic wooden door.
Take the nondescript door.
When you enter that door, you see that guard that you had been working with, that you've taken the picture of. But they are just sitting in the middle on a singular chair in an empty room. The room is completely blank of all windows and doors. There is no light. They're just sitting in the dark on an empty chair, and they seem to be fully aware of the time that they have, of the time that is passing. They appear to be in some sort of like strange nightmare currently.
Um, um, but just like motionless.
No,
far
they're
away?
sitting there like they're sitting there and like kind of looking around the room, and like the door opens, the light opens, they turn, they will see you briefly.
Yeah. I
Just
come
kind of
in
look
and
at
kind
you.
of close the door.
Hello?
This is what
Hello?
you this is what you dream about?
This is a one of the many recurring nightmares I have, yes.
Oh. I feel like we should hmm.
You're
Um,
gonna psychoanalyze him.
I'm gonna try it to use the ring of lucid dreaming that gives me at least a little bit of direction and try to help steer things, or at least give a direction.
where are you wanting to steer things to, man?
I'm gonna like vocalize it, and it's like, well, this isn't very useful. Would you tell me about your 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 day job?
Oh, make me a persuasion check to inception this person.
29.
Well, it's pretty standard. I wake up and the dream world begins to shift into a sort of just like pretty boring apartment. There's a singular bed. There appears to be a kitchenette, a door that leads into a bathroom, a closet, and he just kind of like wakes up. I wake up and I usually get ready. I prepare myself breakfast. You see them basically walking over to like a not a fridge but a cupboard. They pull out what appears to be a cup of ramen noodles. And they make the ramen noodles while they're in the shower. And by the time they're done in the shower, the noodles are like in like a perfect state.
A 5-minute shower?
A 3-minute shower, really, if you want them al dente.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe he likes his mush.
Oh no, he takes a
Hey.
15. It's like a 15-minute shower.
This guy lives
Oh.
a sad life.
I mean, he's a
Those
prison.
noodles are no longer
He's a
edible.
prison guard. What exciting
Oh.
life do you think he has?
He eats that.
I
Today
didn't
was a little
say
bit strange.
Not exciting. I said sad.
You see him pour like a glass of milk of him. You can see that the milk is expired.
Oh my god.
He doesn't even have milk. He has milk.
Milk.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. I was like looking, or just waiting for it to happen.
At this point, I'd be disappointing my fans if I didn't.
Oh,
It's me. I'm fans.
it's
Aw,
me.
that's
Hi.
one more fan than I thought. I was doing it purely for Chad's benefit.
And then yeah, they get dressed. They head out into the city. Pretty much everyone around them ignores them in their entire existence. And like it gets to the point where like he's like going to cross the street and like a carriage just like bursts by him, and like he's like, and the guy just kept going. Didn't even acknowledge that he was there. He just kept walking. So I get to work, and then I clock in.
Are you always out on the outside?
No, so I start on the inside and we sort of shift throughout the complex.
She needs to give this guy cookies or something.
When people come through, are they usually shackled? In
Honestly, I
any
don't really
way?
deal with. I'm not really I'm not loyal enough to deal with any of the sort of entry prisoners according
But
to sort of our
even
rating
when
system.
you're on the outside, just entering, even if you're not processing.
Well, they just
They'll
kind
see
of go
them-
through the door, like we just open it up and they walk through, and then they're taken to
But
processing.
Are they usually bound in any way as they
Yes,
come in?
usually handcuffs,
Okay,
standards.
just nothing like really.
Nothing really intrusive, as far as I know,
Okay.
anyway.
Okay.
But then I go about my day. Lunch comes, I go and I open up my locker. I grab one of my noodle cups for lunch. I have that for lunch. But this one I have some cheese that I leave at work so I can mix it in with it. It's very thrilling. And then we go into the second half of my shift, which is usually like a lot of paperwork. So I'm usually sitting behind a desk for most of the afternoon. And then for dinner, I have another noodle cup. But I treat myself with a little bit of vanilla yogurt for dessert.
So sad.
Please put some maple syrup in that. Come on,
Is this
man.
just Galir from Fantasy?
Yeah, this is
Island?
it.
No.
Hey,
Yeah.
This is the
what's your
guy.
name, my guy?
This yogurt.
Oh, it's Edwin.
Written. Okay.
Yes, Edwin.
All
What-
right.
what's
Edwin, do you have no grandmother
what's your
to
name?
feed you?
No, most of my family's disowned me or sort of left me.
So you're not like a true believer.
No, the Calistigian Order's taken this planet. It's kind of bullshit in my opinion. A lot of them are real assholes. You know, there was like this once hero. There's this once group of heroes. I really look up to them, and they'll like go back to like that room, and you'll see like this like set of books, and you will see what is a almost like a statuette of what appears to be Charlotte. Like a little statuette. It's like, you know, there's like stories like this like adventuring party, but so the head of those Calistigians were in. They're sort of banned now, but I have a couple copies of them. They used to be like a beacon of light and justice for the world, and you know that those adventure stories are like that's why I'm kind of just trying to survive. Right, you work for your hobbies.
Right. Word of advice: next few days where you're at work, you get word of like a disturbance that they want people to maybe don't
Are you?
respond.
And
Use your
so,
sick hours.
is this some sort of like fever? I knew the milk I drank this morning was expired. Is this some sort of like fever dream right now, or are you like an actual person?
Think of it like a message from the universe.
Oh, okay. Like if I'm purely saying it'd be like if the universe needs some help, I'm down to like if I need to like stab Jim, I'll stab Jim. I'm down.
I don't know Jim, so I don't know if Jim needs to be
Jim's an
stabbed.
asshole. He's like fully drank the Kool-Aid.
Okay. Well, eventually, one way or another, he probably does need stabbed. But can I gauge like,
Make me an insight check.
yeah, how?
Yeah, make me an insight
I'm not
check.
as good on insight as I am everything
This
else,
guy's
but
life is so
I'm hero
sad.
pointing that. We are hero pointing that 13.
He seems like he's telling the truth. He seems like someone
Alright.
who is kind of just in a state of survival and doesn't really like what
So,
they're doing.
I'll step more where he can be visible, less in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, just if you see me and my friends, maybe don't get in the way.
Oh, okay.
Let things pass. You didn't see anything. If you see us, you didn't. You know.
If you're wanting to be a little bit quiet, there is, if you go the bridge that takes you to the rock, the prison that people call it.
Right.
There is under that bridge a pathway that the guards use. It's dead on shift starts, but the code for the door at the bottom of it is 739.
739. Great. Great.
You know. And sorry, 1 second. I can't believe I might have to sneeze in a dream. This is weird. God, imagine if that happened. Imagine if you've sneezed in dreams. Anyway, if things do get hairy, just know that like a lot of the people on this planet don't necessarily want to be with the Calistigians. But
I feel like they have to.
so just unless someone's trying to kill you actively, maybe don't murder them.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be indiscriminate here.
And be careful of the warden. She is She was for a long time a right hand of the Calistigian Order. She makes use of magic to connect people and spread their pain between them.
Not a fan of that, but if there's any luck and I can get anything done, maybe she'll be a little bit distracted fighting herself. We can try and reduce her chances to do things like that. But yeah, you survive, man. Don't
Don't be a hero.
yeah, you
Hey, listen, heroes die from overwork. I'm just a guy.
yeah. There might be some days soon where you just don't need to be there.
But fair enough.
Like
I needs a day off.
Am I going to have to go back to that room dream
well,
now?
preferably not. And
Okay.
Vim is going.
Vim, you can leave this guy with like a pleasant dream if you want.
Yeah, Vim is going, and of course the thing is like Vim's just thinking of things for himself, so it's not necessarily going to be like scary or anything. But he doesn't know that this guy is going to like it.
Just ends up at Mother Myrtle's house.
I was thinking the forest, just like a peaceful, like kind of face. So it's a little funky, but not necessarily horrifying or anything like that. Forest, a lot more pleasant than just a like windowless room.
Fair enough. Yeah, you end that connection. They have a pleasant night's sleep, and as the party gets the benefits of a long rest, and a new day dawns. That is where we are going to end tonight's session. So thank you all
Wait,
so
what was
much.
that guy's name again?
Edwin.
Edwin.
Edwin. Okay.
I wrote it down.
Every guard we're about to like kill their 1 HP. What's your name? Are you Edwin?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Alexander Hamilton.
You're not on the list. Clunk.
And then there's that one guy, James. You're definitely on the list.
Thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of the Astral Calling. Join us next time as our party breaks into Alcatraz.
Oh boy.
Thank you all so much for coming. Check out our many other shows here on the channel, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye.